Well, I'm saying yes, 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 yes to life. I'm saying yes, 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 yes to life. I'm saying yes, 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 yes to life. I'm saying yes, 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 yes. Woo! Yes to life. Of love within me is expressing itself right now. The spirit of joy within me is expressing itself right now. What are we gonna create today? The universe is ready to play. Yes, spirit surely will lead the way. Yes, if you just say yes. I'm saying yes, 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 yes to life. Yes, yes, yes to life. I'm saying yes, 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 yes to life. I'm saying yes, 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 yes. Woo! Yes to life. I'm saying yes to life, yes right to here, life. Right now. Yes, the spirit of life within me is expressing itself right now. The spirit of light within me is expressing itself right now. Whatsoever you conceive, if you believe it, you can achieve it. The universe will always agree if you just say yes.
Above the love through all creation, there is an endless supply of the power that brings us here. And when we harness that life, you know nothing can stop us now. Yeah, and anything can happen right here. Yeah. So open your heart and start believing. The only limit is your mind. You can have everything. Let's go beyond fantasy. Heavenly, 'cause we're living in the world of infinite possibilities. Knowing who we are, spirit of pure divinity, manifesting our dreams, stepping into the mystery. 'Cause we're living in the world of infinite possibilities. Come on, step into the limitless who you are. Follow the path that leads to freedom. You only need to let it be, 'cause everything's there within. You know expansion is a natural thing, 'cause we're living in the world of infinite possibilities. Knowing who
Good morning and welcome to the Greater Philadelphia Center for Spiritual Living, coming to you virtually from right here, the Inspiration Cafe in Paoli, Pennsylvania. I'm Maxine Kay, and I am so happy to be with you. Thank you so much for joining us today. This is an hour of contemplation, inspiration, an opportunity for us to come together to realize that we are family, no matter how far apart we may be geographically. And wherever you are on your religious or spiritual or metaphysical or inspirational journey, oh, you're welcome here. This is a place where we are open-hearted, open-minded. We welcome you. And wherever you may be in the world, we're really glad you chose to be with us right now. So thank you. Some people call this a transformation station because it's a place where we provide spiritual tools that can be used in every imaginable human situation, including world conditions. And so we are here to support each other, to love each other, to inspire each other along this beautiful journey as we're making a difference in our lives, in our families' lives, in our workplace, in our communities, and certainly in the greater world itself. So thanks for coming along with the ride. Our ride. Thank you so much. We're also part of a larger organization called Centers for Spiritual Living. And truly, we are international. And so wherever you are in the world, you are very likely to find a place not too far from you. But if you don't, well, then tune in either to us or one of the other wonderful centers that also send out a virtual message each week. Well, we're excited about this opportunity, and we're excited just to be alive in this divine presence, which loves to express in, through, and as each one of us. And in our greater community, we have vision, we have mission, we have purpose that we're here for. And one of the things that we're aware of, and I'd like you to repeat it with me if you'd like to, is we are here because we are about awakening humanity to its spiritual magnificence. Spiritual magnificence. You know, humanity can be magnificent too, and sometimes it's not so magnificent at all. But what's true is that deep down we are all connected. We all came from the same life. There's only one life, and it's God's life. And so deep down we are already magnificent. And so to bring that into our everyday human experience is something that is a beautiful task, a lovely task for all of us to do, and to help other people to awaken to it as well. And yes, we study, we learn, we practice, we share, we inspire each other. And not only is it to make our own lives sweeter and more successful and more beautiful, more peaceful and more powerful, but is also to make a difference in our world. And so again, from Centers for Spiritual Living, what we are here to do is to co-create a world that works for everyone, or as we love to expand it to, a world that works for all the people, all the pets, all the animals everywhere, the waters, the rivers, the seas, the sky, the plants, the trees, the harvests. We want this world to work for all. And in truth, when you get down to the heart of it all, there is an infinite harmony underlying everything. And when we reach that point, we begin to realize it is already working for all. We'll talk more about that a little bit later today. And here, in this beloved community, where we learn, we study, and we practice the principles of science of mind, as put together so magnificently by our founder, Dr. Ernest Holmes. Here in our own center, we have a purpose statement, and there it is. Would you like to say it with me? Living, loving, learning, spirituality that works. Oh, and my goodness, it does. So, Now, we also like to share each week one of the Declaration principles. Oh, here comes Reverend Mike, because he likes to share these with me, don't you?
I certainly do.
So, you can't hear you unless I give you the mic. Ha ha ha. So, how about, would you like to read Declaration number 4?
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. We believe in the incarnation of Spirit in all people, and that all people are incarnations of the one Spirit.
What does that mean to you?
That means that God is all. We're all in God, and God is all in us.
Very well said.
Thank you.
And because you see, as we understand that each of us is more than human, each of us is a divine emanation of the one, don't we feel a lot differently, not only about ourselves, but about all other people? We have compassion, we have respect, we have a sense of celebration. I can look at you and say, "Hi, God, I see you. I see you." And that's what this is all about. And then as we enter into that depth of experience, of allowing ourselves to just float freely in the divine essence, we remember who we are. How does that feel?
Wonderful.
Good. All right. Now we're going to have, well, shall we have an opening song?
Oh, you bet.
And who do you think ought to be have written this song?
Probably Karen Drucker.
And who do you think ought to be singing it?
Let's see. The music team.
Yeah, and it's been a little while, but isn't it wonderful? We still have these videos. And the name of this, and I invite you to sing it with us if you'd like, is God is my source.
Here we go. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Again, God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Love is my source. Love is my power. Love gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Love gives me everything I need. Joy is my source. Joy is my power. Joy gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Joy gives me everything I need. Peace is my source. Peace is my power. Peace gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Peace gives me everything I need. Back to God. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need. Last time, God gives me everything I need.
Hi, kids. It's time to connect with you for a couple of minutes. Happy Sunday to you, wherever you may be. I know you're not here with us today because this is a virtual Sunday, but I trust you've tuned in because I just love to connect with you. Oh my gosh, today is the last day of the Olympics, isn't it? I'll bet you've been watching some of it, haven't you? Well, there have been a lot of stories, and they're worth listening to and sharing. Some are sad, many are sweet, and these returning athletes will be bringing, some of them will be bringing medals, all of them will be bringing sweet memories, wonderful experiences, life-changing experiences that they couldn't have had anywhere else. And I love hearing the stories about how these athletes support one another. They're there for each other. They they inspire each other. They're not just in for it for themselves. And that's a great lesson, isn't it? And so I'm grateful that that they're bringing back great enrichment, as I know you do when you have experiences like those of you who are teens who came back from teen camp not too long ago. You become more, you become enriched, and you can't ever go back because you're bigger than you were before. Well, that's what's happened with these wonderful young athletes as well. We're so proud of them. And as a matter of fact, I'm proud of you. And I'm giving all of you a gold medal for being the great kids and the great teens that you are. And I'm continuing to bless the very best in you that continues to come out. And that's because you know that you're allowing God to be God in you. Have a great day. Talk soon. And now we're going to have some announcements from our Vice President, Payson Burke. Bert.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. My name is Payson Burt, and I'm here with today's announcements. Our next in-person Sunday celebrations will be held at the Inspiration Cafe on August 18th. That's next week. You're still welcome to join CSL's 100-day mindful practice to raise the vibration of the 2024 U.S. presidential election, which started a couple Sundays ago and will continue to November 4th. To participate, simply text the word JOIN to, here, I'll put this up. I'll put these other things up too. 470-784-0250. You will start receiving daily voice messages which are pre-recorded on July 28th. There is more info on this on your website. Check the calendar of events on our pop-up screen on the website. I'll show you that in a few seconds. We want to thank all who have provided their input on a potential new gathering place, and you can still let us know your thoughts. We're always open to wisdom. The United Church of Christ in Wayne is offering to rent their beautiful sanctuary to us for in-person gatherings on Thursday nights and possibly the fellowship hall on Sunday afternoons. The Thursday evening celebrations will be streamed the following Sunday morning for those unable to attend, and that will be at the normal time, 10:30 a.m., just like now. Folks who experienced last year's winter solstice celebration recall this warm, welcoming facility, and their people are looking forward to our partnership. There is a survey link which has been emailed and is still available on the pop-up screen. I better put that up now. Let's see here. There. It's available on the pop-up screen. And where am I? I lost my spot. I'm doing too many things. Let's see here. I'll just start right here. If you have not received it, just email Linda at admin@cslphilly.com. That's an email, admin@cslphilly.com. We will also hold a community Zoom call on Wednesday, August 14th at 7 p.m. to further explain this new opportunity and to answer your questions. We will send out the link on Monday. Let me get off of here now. Whoops, that's not the right one. There we go. All right, so now, and our next full moon celebration will be held on Tuesday, August 20th at 7 to 8 p.m. at the Smethers home in Collegeville. Our next Nibbles and New Thought discussion group will be held Monday, September 9th at 6:15 to 8:15 p.m. at TJ's Restaurant in Paoli. So that's a little different. It's not Brick and Brew this year, this month. It's TJ's Restaurant in Paoli. Okay, that's it for today's announcements, and thanks for being here. And the next thing you're going to experience is me taking off my information and that information, and now going to the pre-meditation song, which is God is Holding Me by Donna Michael.
God is holding me with every breath, with every step. God is holding me. 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 I'm held in love. I'm held in peace. God is holding me. With every breath, with every step, God is holding me. 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 God is holding me.
And in this serene, quiet, powerful place, let us take a sweet, deep, holy breath of spirit. And as we exhale, feel that precious presence moving out from within us, moving out and touching and blessing everyone. And with each inhalation, feel that wonderful sense of aliveness as it moves through our physical body temple, awakening each cell of our bodies to the divine life that is present there, relaxing, restoring, and keeping us in perfect circulation with the unimpeachable wholeness of the universe. And feel this loving presence moving through our emotions, bringing calm, serenity, harmony. And as it flows through our minds, feel a sense of balance and clarity, allowing this lovely breath, which is the Holy Presence itself, to continue to flow through body, mind, spirit, emotion. Let's simply seek the good that is ours. And with a sense of quiet anticipation, let's begin the journey inward. As we enter our hearts, what do we find but the warmth and welcoming of Spirit itself? God is holding us. We are in a divine embrace, for that sacred Spirit is the truth of our being. How sweet it is to be coming home, home to our truth, home to our reality, home to the love that is greater than any condition in the world, home to the peace and the power that is infinite and eternal, home to the divine embrace. And so here, we simply let ourselves be loved. Just let yourself be loved. How sweet it is to let yourself be loved. This is the place of origin, the place of new beginnings. And all of the contents of our lives right now are being held tenderly and powerfully in a context of infinite harmony. And so we rest. We allow ourselves to be refreshed and revitalized. For we know that the deeper we enter into this sacred space, the more peacefully and powerfully our day will unfold. And so we give thanks for this serene, powerful cocoon of God's love. And we give thanks that we allow it to flow through us here and in every place we find ourselves in the world. It is continual. It is eternal. It is the truth. It sets us free, and it keeps us free. And so we continue this sweet holy breath, realizing that all is now in perfect balance, and that all is well. Truly, truly, all is well.
I've seen my share of struggle when I thought that I knew best. When I've sailed through a storm instead of stopping to rest. But it always seems the hardest when I've made up my stubborn mind. Well, I'm changing my ways this time. Wanna be like water coming down a mountain into shadowy canyons, flowing from pool to stream. Wanna be like water, head uphill no more. I am bound for the sea. Have you ever seen an eagle head straight into the wind? He doesn't pick a fight, he spreads his wings and just gives in. And in the end he always makes it home just fine. Guess he knows that every storm subsides. Wanna be like water coming down a mountain into shadowy canyons, flowing from pool to stream. Wanna be like water, head uphill no more. I am bound for the sea. I'll let nature take its course. No more thinking that I know where this river's meant to go. I have railed against the stars for the cards that I've been dealt, for the lottery I've never won, for the heartache that I've felt. But it always seems when I let go of expectation and regret, life has plenty of surprises for me yet. I wanna be like water coming down a mountain into shadowy canyons, flowing from pool to stream. Wanna be like water, head uphill no more. I am bound for the sea. Wanna be like water coming down a mountain into shadowy canyons, flowing from pool to stream. Wanna be like water, head uphill no more. I am bound for the sea.
Wow. Daniel Nahmad, one of my faves. I want to share something with you from a book by Joel Goldsmith called Practicing the Presence. He says we must understand the nature of God as fulfillment. That precludes the possibility of thinking of God as from that which we're going to get something. God is fulfillment. God is fulfilling itself just as the sun shining and pouring forth its warmth and light is fulfilling itself as the sun. We not pray to the sun to send out more light or to give more warmth. If we were to utter any kind of prayer in regard to the sun, our prayer would be an inner realization that it is. The sun is shining. The sun is warmth. The sun is light. So join me in consciousness as I give this treatment in the first person. I know and I know that right where I am, right where we are, there's a presence and a power that overspans eternity and finds the dwelling place right where I am. It individualizes itself in me and in everyone. This is the presence of God, knowing itself by means of us, knowing itself by means of me. I open my heart, I open my mind to realization that right where I am, God is. And God is right where I am. Nearer than hands and feet, closer than my breath, God is with me always, as me. So I put aside any worries, because I know my good is assured, because my good is my God, and my God is here right now. With a grateful heart, I know this is so. I'm grateful for Dr. Maxine and for all the crew here today that's putting together this wonderful celebration. And I know that this is a blessing to all who participate and all who are listening. I give thanks for this, releasing this to the law of mind. It is done, and so it is. Oh yes, affirmation. Together, my deep connection with the loving presence nurtures and sustains me spiritually and materially.
step back. I step back and let love lead the way.
Well, we continue this month with our theme of venturing in and venturing out. For some people, that means you're on vacation. For others, it means you're up here visiting, and that's a good thing too. Today, we're talking about a joyful reunion. Now, that's the venturing in part. For starters, Ernest Holmes in Science of Mind, page 446, wrote, I must set myself right with the universe. I must find the way back to the central fire. If I am to be warmed, I must find the source if I am to be supplied. That's very much in alignment with the passage that Reverend Mike read from Joel Goldsmith this morning. There's a returning. Ernest Holmes' favorite parable was, the prodigal son. It means so much for us to be looking out there, saying, I don't need this. Let me get away from here and go out in the world and have an adventure and fall on my face. And then maybe I'll start thinking about coming home. And sometimes those face fallings are very wonderful motivations to remind us about who we are and where we really choose to be. We all long to go home, whatever that might mean for us. Meister Eckhart knew what it meant. He said, within every human breast is a terrible homesickness for God. Now we look for it in different ways until we recognize what it is that we're seeking. But when we consciously unite with our source, as you and I do all the time, it establishes a real faith. In meditation, we're venturing in. And then in the world, we're venturing out. Many of you know that Reverend Mike and I love to share our spiritual practices together in the morning. Beautiful way to start the day, no matter what may be planned for it. Those plans will turn out far better when we stop and take that deep dive and experience the warmth that is always there welcoming us. So sometimes we don't want to leave that precious place. Have you ever gotten into such a deep meditation that you would have been what we used to call bliss ninnies? We don't want to leave that sweet, sacred space, especially if we're trying to avoid something that we know we have to do that we didn't really want to do today. Well, I have a favorite old Christian hymn that I still love. I come to the garden alone, right? While the dew is still on the roses. It's a beautiful song, and it reminds me that I'm the one who needs to come into the garden, and that once I'm there, I will be met with absolute love, and I will be met with infinite wisdom and guidance. And have you ever been in such a deep, sweet meditation, and maybe a garbage truck goes driving by and you're rattled right out of it? It's shocking, isn't it? I can recall being suddenly disoriented when startled out of that bliss. Well, that may be a little bit like the baby feels coming out of the womb, This was nice. Everything was given to me that I needed. I was comfy and warm. What is this? What are these bright lights? What are these noises? What is this? Breath? We can be startled out of it, and we must learn to make those transitions more gently, more effectively. So we can't stay in that place all the time. Somebody said years ago, some people just become so heavenly that they are no earthly good to anyone. We must have our deep dive into spirit. We love that joyful reunion. We love remembering who we are. And don't you think it's pretty cool for God too? I mean, how do you feel when your kids have been gone for a while and they come home? My babies are home. Now, I'm not anthropomorphizing God, but I think it's important for us to realize that this is a reciprocity we're dealing with. The infinite loves to express through the finite. The finite loves to remember that it is part of the infinite. It is a joyous reunion. It truly is. Well, we have all kinds of reunions, don't we? High school, college, family reunions. What is it that we're seeking when we attend these reunions? Whatever it is, it can't compare to returning to our source. That's the sweetest reunion of all, where we get to remember who we are and whose we are. Remember, as we read earlier, all people are incarnations of the one Spirit. Oh my goodness, when we are out there in the world and we see other people walking down the street, having a meeting with us at the office, at the grocery store, wherever we may be, if we remember that they, like us, are magnificent individualizations of the one, incarnations of the one life, how can we have a fuss with them? How can we not care about them? How can we not respect them? No matter if their beliefs are different, especially if they are. It makes for an interesting conversation if it's done with love and respect, of course. William James, remember, the early 20th spiritual psychologist, his book, The Varieties of Religious Experience, is one I highly recommend. It's a paperback. It's still available. And it's a wonderful way for us to understand that there is there are so many ways that God can show up. Now, we have different religions, and they have different beliefs, and that's okay. We can still get to the heart of each one of them, and when we do, we find the commonality. You know that the golden rule can be found in every major religion. Everyone, without exception. It's worded a little bit differently, but the same is there. You see, there is a basic altruism within us all. We truly do want the best for others. We truly do desire for everyone to thrive. At the heart of our being, because what is there but God? That's exactly what the intention is. Many years ago, it was in my first church actually in Northern California, I was asked each year to come to a local high school to speak about what our philosophy entailed. And that was because it was a week where the teacher, this was senior students that he taught, the teacher had people come from all different religious organizations in our community and explain what we believed. And it was a lovely opportunity. And I wrote on the board, and I had things to pass out, and the students were very interested and very intrigued. And they had had several other denominations already there, philosophies already shared with them. And so one student raised his hand and said, well, what are your secondary codes? Secondary codes? Who needs secondary codes? I didn't say that. In other words, what are your rules and regulations? And so as I explained that we knew that there is an infinite wisdom within all people, and that's where we turn for our answers and for our guidance, and that it's available to anyone, no matter what they may call themselves. At first there was a little confusion. They hadn't realized that that could be. And I remembered then at one point, young man raised his hand all excited, and he said, because this was like in the 1970s and 80s. He said, "This is a religion for the 21st century." Secondary codes, we don't have the rules and regulations, but we honor that other people have developed theirs that work for them. Dietary rules, for instance. And oh my goodness, they're all over the place, aren't they? Like the Hindus, the Sikhs, the Jews, the Christians, the Muslims. They have many different dietary rules and regulations. Well, I respect them. Reverend Mike and I have been out with our Muslim friends, and we have gone to a restaurant where they have their specially prepared food, and it's very interesting to find out how other people organize their lives and what's important to them. When we listen with an open heart, with curiosity, we can learn not only the differences, which are quite interesting and fascinating many times, but more importantly, the commonalities. Last year, when Reverend Mike and I were in Chicago at the Parliament of the World's Religions, we had the same fabulous experience that we had 5 years before that when we attended the Parliament of the World's Religions in Toronto. And that is the Sikhs. These beautiful people feed the world. Now, their beliefs are not the same as ours, except some of them are, because they care about other people as well. So much so that they, no matter where their temples are in the world, including the Golden Temple in India, which is huge and beautiful, no matter where they are in the world, they feed people every day. Thousands, tens of thousands. They fed all of the thousands of the people at both in Chicago and in Toronto. Wherever they are, they do this. They call it langar, and it's so sweet. We would go and we would remove our shoes, wash our hands. They would put scarves on our heads for covering. We would sit on the floor or at the table. We could do either one. And here we are with all these other people, and we hold up our trays or our bowls, and they come around, and with big smiles on their faces, and they fill with rice, or lentils, and bread, and beautiful food, and we all enjoy it together. Langar. We all draw from the same source. And as we draw from that source, we take it to the world. I love the idea of feeding people. Well, you know me, some of you. I love the idea that people can come here and be fed spiritually, and how fun it is when we do get together in person and bring food and share it with each other. But this is even bigger than that, because they're sharing it with the world. They don't want anyone to be hungry. It doesn't matter to me what their secondary codes may be. They're doing good work in the world. Returning home brings peace. Big, deep breath. Moving away from the distractions and the distortions in the world. It brings power. It brings us back to realizing that we have the ability to do whatever we set our minds to do, because we are God-powered. And here we have infinite possibility. It doesn't matter about the yesterdays or what took place before. As our dear Frank Richelieu used to say, yesterday ended last night. We have new possibilities today. You know, the world can be noisy. It can be confusing. Have you noticed? So we need to check in often to Source. We need that joyful reunion. And then the world can begin to make sense. You know, David Alexander, Reverend Dr. David Alexander in our wonderful church down in Atlanta, Georgia, began something that you heard Payson talk about earlier, 100 days between when it began and the election date itself. And he had in mind that it would be for his spiritual community, that probably 30 or 40 people would want to call in each day, or not call in. They actually, once you've signed up, they leave a message for you. They'll call you, and I like not answering it because then I have it on my voicemail and I can listen to it whenever I want to. But a host of different ministers share something that is very inspirational and very satisfying and very uplifting about keeping our consciousness shiny as we move through this period between now and the national election. It's a wonderful thing. It's the 100 Days Project. You see, when we feel aligned with universal harmony, this is where we feel the warmth of that sacred flame that Ernest Holmes was speaking about. And then we can take it into our everyday affairs, you see? That's the internal voyage, venturing in, and the external walk, the venturing out. The Olympics end today. Oh my goodness, so many heartwarming stories, as well as challenging ones. I love, as I was sharing with the kids earlier, I love seeing how these athletes supported and celebrated each other. And even if I can remember one of them, I can't remember which one it was now, who said, after not winning a medal, said to the people who did, "Thank you for making me better." You see, there's such enrichment there. Watching the runners yesterday, here's the goal. That's the finish line, right? Everybody wants to get there. You might say that's like home, you know? Everybody wants to get there, but you know what? Even after they do, that is not the end. There's going to be another race, another finish line, another recuperation, another race, another finish line. You see, it never is the end. And every time that we complete a wonderful project in our lives, in the world, and then return home for refreshment and rejuvenation, then we take that fresh sense of spiritual awareness, of love and possibility, of peace and power out into our world, and we come back and we get filled up again. It's a joyous reunion, and the important thing is that then we take it to the streets. We return home in between and imagine the joy of the divine. "Ah, thou art my beloved one, in whom I am well pleased. Welcome home." Let's come here often. This is the place that we were designed to be. And then we are designed to take this precious presence out into every experience, every relationship, every task, every project, every moment of every day. Will you say with me, "I come home to my source joyously. I carry spirit into the world gratefully." And so, my beloveds, beginneth our lesson. Thank you, beloveds. Oh, goodness, it's the time of our celebration of prosperity. I'm celebrating your prosperity. I'm celebrating my prosperity because it is all God's abundance. I give thanks for the ability to share with the closest source of my spiritual food, and that happens to be this beloved community. So as we take our gifts in our hand, or as we text, or as we already have sent it in, I don't know how you do it, but I am just so grateful that you do, then we remember that every good gift comes from God, the divine, prosperous, abundant source of our good. Will you join me now in repeating our prosperity affirmation? I choose to celebrate prosperity. Divine love blesses my gift. It is my acceptance of God as the source of my abundant supply. With joy and gratitude, I share my abundance with this center. In doing so, I am one with the law of circulation. My tithe goes forth to heal, to prosper, and to bless. It returns to be multiplied abundantly, and I am prospered, and so it is.
Am I strong enough to bear the burdens that sometimes come living this thing called life? Am I wise enough to make the right decisions when I'm standing at the fork in the road? Sometimes I wonder and ponder, only to realize I'm not alone, and there's nothing I have to do on my own, because I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. Will I have enough to do the things I need to do to take care of myself? Will I have the health of mind and body to live a life of grace and wholeness? Sometimes I wonder and ponder, only to realize I'm not alone, and there's nothing I have to do on my own, because I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place.
I am the place where God
You
lives,
are the place.
moves and breathes and has
We
its
are the
being.
place
I am the place
where God shows up. I am the place.
I am the place where God
You are the place.
breathes and has
We are the place
I am the place
where God shows up. I want you to clap your hands and sing it with me. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up.
Eddie Watkins, can I have some more of that? Can we have some more of that? A little more? A little more.
I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up.
Eddie Watkins! Good job, brother. Outstanding. Eddie Watkins Jr.
Yes, Eddie, you are, all of you, the place where God shows up. Let that light shine in you so brightly today. Thank you so much for being with us. It's been a joy having you, a joyful reunion. And let's make that deep dive every day. Thank you, beloved presence, for being the shining light within us all. And as we go forward, let us so warm the world through the light within us that people awaken to the real truth of their being. Something beautiful is unfolding today and every day, and so it is.
I close my eyes, I open my heart, I take a deep breath, let the healing start. I lift my hands, I plant my feet, I let love in, I feel the beat that's calling, calling, calling us to rise, rise, spirit rise up, rise in me. I ready my soul, I clear my mind, I'm here and now, in present time. I feel the power of 1,000 suns lighting up the dark. Oh, we rise as one. Oh, rise, rise, spirit rise up, rise in me. Rise, spirit rise up, rise in me, rise in me. I sing to you, I sing to you, you sing to me, you sing to me. Change up this noise, it makes me in harmony. Rise in me, oh, rise, rise, spirit rise up, rise in me, rise in me, heart to heart, heart to heart, hand in hand, hand in hand, no turning back. Promised land, do you feel the power of 1,000 suns lighting up the dark? Oh, we rise as one. Love's calling, 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 calling out your name. Love's calling, calling, calling. That's why we came. Love's calling, 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 calling out your name. Love's calling, 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 calling. That's why we came. Come and rise, rise, spirit rise up, rise in me. Lift your hands up, jump, reach for the sky, going up high, higher, yeah. Rise up, come on, raise your voices, shout. Love is alive, we're bringing the the light bright